Today we have Liam J. Miller. How early on did you want to become a pro footballer?
I actually got the opportunity to go to Cardiff City, but before that, I got another opportunity to go to Man United on trial. Like you've got your likes of Garnacho, who's in the under 18.
Nice.
Those kind of players. On the Friday, I actually in training just split open in between my toes, so I had to get stitches on the Friday. Then played on the Saturday.
How do you do that? How do you kind of keep up to date with kind of all the latest training techniques and all that stuff?
So much noise out there now on social media, like with younger kids as well, growing up on like social media. We've started this social media page called Elevate, which we're now selling like programs on and coaching.
Hey guys, crack open a drink because we are back. Well, I am back for another episode of the Blue Podcast with me, Mackers, and unfortunately Tom can't make today because he is stuck in Nottingham with the train strikes, so that's not ideal. But today we have Liam J. Miller. Do you want to tell our audience a bit about yourself?
So basically, I'm a footballer / influencer, kind of. Just started kind of documenting my journey in becoming a footballer. On my road to becoming a pro. I've come over from Australia. I was born in Australia. Come over. I'm English as well, so obviously got both passports. Come over, started my journey to becoming a pro, and that's what I'm kind of documenting. My healthy lifestyle, cooking, playing football, different things like that.
And you also do a bit of coaching as well, don't you?
Yeah, so I do one-to-one coaching with some of my followers. It's quite small. I only coach around 5 to 10 clients. It's not something I really give out to everyone. It's quite a niche thing. But yeah, I like seeing and helping other people progress. And one of my clients was sending me photos the other day, and I was just like so happy to see how far he's progressed already. And we've only been working together for 2 months.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was quite good.
Yeah, no, I know a few people in the kind of fitness coaching or coaching in general, and one thing they say is one of the biggest things for them is seeing their clients' progress.
Yeah.
Because it's obviously it shows that not only are you putting work in and they're putting the work in, and it was working really well. But before we get into the nitty-gritty of the podcast, we always do our icebreaker questions, and I thought, as you do a bit of football coaching, we'll do the topic this week as football coaches. Normally we have Tom, obviously, so it would be taking it in turns, but just me today, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But we'll start off with my first question. Which team did Mourinho almost join in the year 2000? Was it A, Newcastle, B, Fulham, or C, Portsmouth? Sorry.
I don't know. I wasn't even born then. I'm gonna go with Fulham.
Unfortunately not. No, it was Newcastle.
Oh.
Apparently they had held talks with him, and eventually just said no. I think he went still at Porto or went to Porto after that. But our last question, which club did Pochettino first manage? Was it Espanyol, Cadiz, or Getafe? To be fair, I did just... This is just a nice...
I think that'd be... Is that A?
What, Espanyol?
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
Nice. Those are, you know ball. He actually... he managed the women's team.
All right.
At Espanyol before he started managing Espanyol. But yeah, let's get into you and I guess your journey. And I want to start kind of at the beginning. How early on did you kind of want to become a pro footballer?
So I've been playing really football ever since I could kind of walk. All I've really known, like my brother and I have been playing it. My dad got us into it because he was obviously English as well. So he kind of we moved over to Australia. I was born there. My brother moved. And then, I've ever since I could walk, started playing it, training, doing extra training, pretty much probably from the age of like 8 to 10, I'd say. Started doing some like extras, obviously on my own with my brother, and then started getting sprint coaching, working on like my weaknesses, trying to improve everything in different areas, I think when you start to see other people your age kind of making it, different things like that, probably around the age of like 14 I saw my brother go overseas. he went over to Plymouth Argyle.
Okay.
So he went there. But before that, he was going on trials over in England. Like he would go with us with the school team. He went over to West Ham, different places like that, getting experience. Crystal Palace, and a lot of these clubs they said they liked him, and he was doing really well there. And then he eventually signed at Plymouth Argyle, a 2-year scholar. And I think that's kind of when I thought, oh, it's probably like something I could do.
Yeah.
Like seeing my brother doing it, and then I eventually came over trying to kind of follow in his footsteps.
Yeah.
And yeah, I did that. I was down in Plymouth with him, watching his journey, first team, like trying to push through the first team. And then from there, I actually went on, did some training with Plymouth, and they didn't really like me at all. I was there for I think it was like 3, 4, potentially 5 weeks training there.
Yeah.
At the end of it, they didn't really say anything. They just said, just kind of pushed it to the side. And then I actually got the opportunity to go to Cardiff City on it was like 1-game trial. And then from there, they actually liked me. I went up there, stayed the night, played the game the next night, and they loved me from there. They asked me to come on another game. I think the first game was against Forest Green Rovers.
Okay.
And then the second game was against Cheltenham. So at that time, I was 16. I was playing under 18s. So I was quite young, obviously,
Yeah.
because I was only actually, I think I was 15 at that time.
Okay.
I was playing under 18s because I signed when I turned 16.
Yeah.
Because after the second game, they loved me. They said they offered, literally, I didn't even go on really a trial. Because normally you go on like a 4 to 6 week trial. I didn't even go on a trial after the second game. I just played 2 games. They said they wanted to sign me after that. And that was all when like COVID was happening.
Okay.
All that. So, it was quite restricted in what I think they could do as well. So, I eventually signed there, but before that, I got another opportunity to go to Man United on trial. So I went. It was a 1-week trial, pre-season, and that was just I think that was in May, before I was signing in June in Cardiff.
Yeah.
And I went on the trial. I thought, I've got nothing to lose.
Yeah.
If Cardiff don't want me after because they've seen I've been on the trial, it's Man United.
It's Man United.
It is what it is. So, I went on the 1-week trial. We went up to Scotland for the pre-season tour with the under 18s and 23s.
Okay.
And you've got your likes of Garnacho, who's in the under 18s.
Nice.
Those kind of players.
Yeah, they were there.
Yeah, that were around it. And so I went up there. I did pretty well. It was a Monday to the Saturday. We had a game on the Saturday against Hearts, so we trained all the way through. On the Friday, I actually, in training, just split open my, it was like in between my toes, so I had to get stitches on the Friday, then played on the Saturday.
How do you do that?
I don't even know myself, to be honest. It was in a challenge. I could try find a clip and send it over as well.
Maybe, yeah. I'll try
it was in a challenge, and the guy's metal stud just went straight through my boot, and it went into my foot, so it split open.
Those are nasty when it's in between there as well.
So the club doctor just took me in, stitched it up, and then the manager asked if I was okay for the next day. Ended up just taping my foot up. Playing the next day against Hearts in Scotland, and then they liked me. They said we'd like to keep you for another week, see how you go. The next week I ended up playing against Tottenham, Chelsea and Wolves in
small teams then.
Yeah. So I ended up playing against those. It was like a 3-day tournament up at Carrington where United trained. And it was all right. It was good experience. I felt like it's very good to obviously experience that compared to other clubs, like if you go Championship or League One. So I think after that 3-day trial, they just said obviously we're looking for the best players in the world because it's Man United. So I was like, yeah, all right. And then I went on, signed for Cardiff City, signed my 2-year scholar there, and then ended up leaving 6 to 8 months into that. Yeah.
Is there a particular reason for
It
that?
was. I just didn't feel comfortable there. I was living
Okay.
in like the worst part of Cardiff.
Yeah, I mean,
I
I
was
went.
living in digs. So
Yeah,
yeah.
I went to university in Swansea, so I know a bit like what Cardiff's like.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
yeah,
it's a nice city. Like
mm.
the city area was nice, but like the where I was kind of living wasn't the best.
Okay,
And
fair. Yeah,
yeah, it wasn't. I felt if I moved back home, I'll feel more comfortable
yeah.
playing with a team near me, who I'm currently playing for, which is Bournemouth.
Okay.
So yeah, it's kind of my journey up to now.
Sorry to interrupt this fantastic podcast, but we have an amazing offer for you guys. Firstly, thank you to BetterHelp for sponsoring this video, which is the world's largest online therapy service. To get started, you just need to answer a few questions about your needs and preferences in therapy. That way, BetterHelp can match you with the right therapist from their network. You can message your therapist at any time and schedule live sessions when it's convenient for you. With BetterHelp, you get the same professionalism and quality you expect from in-office therapy, but with a therapist who is custom-picked for you. More scheduling flexibility, and it's at a more affordable price. Get 10% off your first month at betterhelp.com/thebluepodcast, and I've also linked them below in the description. It also really helps us out. Back on with the podcast. Fair enough. So I do want to ask, obviously you moved to the UK about 15.
Yeah.
Where's the Aussie accent?
I mean, when I was in Australia, all my mates would say I had kind of an English accent because
Yeah.
I've grown up around like my parents being English
Yeah.
anyway. So, yeah, I think I've probably got the English accent from them. And then as soon as I came to England, I think I just
lost the Aussie.
the
Yeah.
Aussie. I think you can kind of hear it in some of the words I say, but yeah, I'm not too sure.
Fair enough. So obviously it's a big step to move from Australia to England for football. A lot of I don't know how to word this. A lot of players from abroad kind of can find it difficult to settle in because obviously
Yeah.
you are not only are you joining a club, you're also moving country. How was that kind of change for you?
I think I started going to school like when I came over first. So I was getting into like, the school. I was in halfway through year 10. I entered school here and then finished year 11. So I think I was getting into the school bit, playing local football as well down in Plymouth. So it was a better transition, I think. Like getting the school in, because I feel like if I was to just go into the football side,
Yeah.
and like not even see the school, you wouldn't really get like the banter, English banter. You just feel like people were like being rude to you, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I feel like that was kind of easier, especially having like English parents as well.
Yeah.
Coming over on holidays, like we used to come over quite a lot anyway to see family here, like up in the north of England and stuff like that. So I think that kind of transition was quite easy in a way.
Okay.
But yeah, I think yeah.
With your kind of, as you said, you did lots of extra training and stuff with your brother, and how did, and obviously I'm guessing you still do as well.
Yeah.
Obviously you document it on your socials. How do you kind of keep up to date with kind of all the latest training techniques and all that stuff?
So obviously you've got so many different things out there, and that's what my brother and I are kind of looking to help other people with at the moment. Is there's so much noise, so many different things, so many like people messaging us asking about like fascia training on their feet, like towel curls. I'm just there thinking like it's just the basics you need to be focusing on, like passing, your fitness for the game, sprinting, like. It's pretty much it's quite simple in a way if you just break it down, but there's so much noise out there now on social media, like with younger kids as well growing up on like social media. It's very there's just a lot of noise, and we've started this social media page called Elevate, which we're now selling like programs on and coaching. So we're doing like a 8-week course where we're helping people with their mindset in regards to like creating routines, not really overthinking the big stuff. And I think just breaking it down into a simpler, more easier step-by-step process is the way a lot of people need to be doing it, because I found it myself when I was I was over in Australia, and I was quite overweight as a kid. So
Okay.
like I had to overcome that before like trying to become a better footballer in a way, because obviously you can't really be like too overweight
Yeah.
as a footballer. So yeah, I was quite like a chubby kid. So seeing my brother progress on, like his physique,
Mm.
pushing, trying to strive towards that. I think we kind of push each other every day as well
Yeah.
in our training. So like if one of us going out and doing individual training, kind of pushes the other to do it,
Yeah.
and then like we love doing it together as well because we just get the most out of it. So
Mm.
yeah, I think doing that and just breaking it down each day, keep discipline, like staying consistent and being disciplined
Yeah.
is another two big things I kind of preach to my audience,
Mm.
because I think they're probably the two main things for success in anything, whether it's doing podcasts, like trying to stay
Yeah.
consistent with it. And yeah, I think they're two probably the biggest things that I
Mm.
try and preach to my audience.
Yeah, that's fair. Because obviously, with fitness, it's not only a physical thing; it's a massive mental side to it, and
Yeah.
keeping to that routine is so important. But also, I wanted to ask you about if that routine is disrupted. For example, I know a few mates of mine who they'll try and stay on a fitness regime and trying to get into good shape, and then let's say they have a long weekend where they go away.
Mm.
It all just seems to kind of go in the bin
Yeah.
pretty much.
Yeah.
How do you kind of combat that as yourself and for your clients as well?
I feel like I understand where you're coming from,
Mm.
because a lot of people like probably about 90% of the population probably are like that
Yeah.
as well. And for me, I think it's just understanding sometimes you can have those
Can have days off. Yeah.
but at the same time you've also like having that why of what you're doing it for,
Mm.
because if you're just doing it just for like other people
Yeah.
and doing it for what they think about you, then at the end of the day you're not going to really want to keep going because it's
Mm.
nothing meaningful to you.
Yeah.
So obviously having your why to keep pushing, and that is something that's we're kind of integrating into the
Yeah.
Elevate course as well, telling people about that, because that is a main driver, and then also having a routine as well.
Mm.
So like knowing what you're doing when you're doing it is a big way, because I think when a lot of people don't know what they're doing, like say it's the next day, the next week or
Yeah.
whatever, they kind of just procrastinate, not really
Mm.
know what they're doing the next day, and it just kind of falls
It can,
down.
yeah, it can fall down a rabbit hole. Yeah, because
Yeah.
I do powerlifting currently, and
Yeah.
obviously you do have to have I have to be in the gym like 5 times a week.
Yeah.
But for example, recently I went away for like 5 days,
Mm.
so obviously couldn't gym then. But yeah, it doesn't matter if you are away for 5 days.
Mm.
If you know what you're doing when you get back, it's makes no difference really.
Yeah.
If you miss 5 days because you're having a good time, it's good for you personally, mental health, and also it's a break. Like
Yeah.
you can't really work kind of every single day, every week. Or
Yeah, exactly. I think with footballers as well, like the off season as well, they need to take
they
a
need
break.
it. Yeah.
Like I'm going to Australia on Wednesday, so like 5 days, whatever, and I'm going to take a week off there.
Yeah.
Just probably from everything, just reset,
Mm.
and then get back into it for the next season to come, because
Yeah.
next season I like really want to push on, get towards my pro contract, stuff like that. So yeah, I think having that break is key as well.
Mm. Yeah, because like, obviously burnout is a massive thing
Yeah.
that can happen, and
Yeah.
it doesn't really matter what sport you're doing. I mean, even with social media as well,
Yeah.
you can see lots of influencers get burnout because they're doing not the same thing, but they can be doing this. I'm going to say the same thing just for now, for months and months and months, and the human mind can only do that for so long until it just crumbles really.
Yeah,
So
I've experienced that, like experienced it myself, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like, both football and with the social media side of it. 'Cause,
Massively, yeah.
Like social media, I create like 2 reels a day, sometimes maybe 3.
Yeah.
I'm only posting like 1 to 2 a day. So I've got like right now I've got like 30, 35 reels already like stacked up.
Yeah.
Waiting, especially for like when I'm going on holiday as well. I like doing that because it's just like off
Pre-working.
my mind.
Yeah.
But I'm always ahead like 20, 25 reels. So whenever you see me posting something, it's like something from like 3 weeks ago. But yeah, I think burnout is a big one. Like when it comes to football as well. In the off season, last season, I was training like 3 times a day, and it was very like hard mentally. And then it came to like a point where my brother and I kind of were like, we need to focus more on like the quality of the session rather than quantity.
Yeah.
And, yeah.
Quality over quantity is very important. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'm 3 reels a day, bloody hell. I mean, I try and do that used to try and do 2 a day on the with the podcast, but I burnt out.
Yeah, it's tough.
Yeah,
It's so tough.
because I do edit everything on this, so I do respect it when someone's doing that for sure.
And then YouTube videos as well. Like,
yeah. It's but I love it, so it's all good. To kind of healthy eating, because obviously you promote a very healthy eating lifestyle. What kind of motivated you to start showing that off on social media?
So I started back when Instagram had like the still photos. When it was stills. I started doing the still photos. It was back when I was in Plymouth. That was when I was kind of losing weight. And like I thought I was in some sort of calorie deficit, but little did I know I was eating like nachos and cheese. Like I thought I was eating healthy. I really wasn't. And then from there, it just got like kind of better each day with my cooking. I took inspiration from other places. And now if you actually like scroll back on some of my videos, like the food I even look at myself and I'm like it's quite good. But yeah, I think it was me just documenting my journey in healthy eating at the time. And then I was just taking photos of it. And from there it just progressed, and that page ended up getting like 1 to 2,000 followers. Nice. And then I just kind of moved that just to my private account. And then I started this page up, the Professional Diary, which has about I think it's got like 70
odd
K. I started that in February of last year, so it's it's only been about a year and a few months. So it's grown quite quickly.
Grown very quickly. That's very impressive.
But yeah, I enjoy the cooking side of it as well. That's why like my cooking videos don't even do that well, to be honest.
It's more of a personal.
Yeah, like I just love making food. Like I love making food for the family as well. Cooking for everyone. And I just get the enjoyment out of it, especially like going out to eat nice meals as well. I love that.
Bit of a foodie.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, no, I'm exactly the same. I love cooking. My girlfriend, I always cook for my girlfriend whenever I go. Like even if I go stay at hers, I'll still cook.
Meal?
Favorite meal to cook? Oh, that's hard. I recently made a broccoli pasta, which was nice. Hunter's chicken, it's not healthy food. Like I think I got 2 chicken breasts, sliced them open, put mozzarella in them, closed them up, wrapped them in.
That sounds nice there.
Yeah, wrapped them in bacon, and then what's the ham from Spain? Prosciutto.
Yeah.
Then cooked them, then put barbecue sauce on, more cheese on top.
Sounds nice.
It was very nice with some homemade chips as well.
Cheap meal.
Yeah, it was a cheap meal. Yeah, I mean, I was bulking at the time, so it was all right. Obviously, trying to get into summer body ready now. In terms of losing weight, I'm interested to know what your kind of best way to do it is, because obviously I know my way to do it, but that's personal. I've never really trained anyone.
Yeah.
So I wanted to know what your...
So for me, when I'm like helping my clients, so I'm more like with my clients, I don't really do too much like football coaching.
Okay.
It's not really my kind of area. I don't, because I feel like I'm doing it myself. It'd be a lot to like help with other people.
Yeah.
I post videos on my YouTube, like doing my training and stuff like that. But with my clients, it's more like the nutrition side and then gym training side. So the nutrition, I'm more kind of, if they're trying to put on muscle, obviously go into a calorie surplus. And then if they're trying to lose fat, calorie deficit. I think they're like, it's
just the basics.
That's what I was like saying at the start. It's just breaking it down. It's quite simple, but a lot of people just overthink it again. Like they think, it's the keto diet. I'm
not a fan of like the keto diets and stuff. The only kind of, I wouldn't say radical, but the only kind of diet I do, no, it's not really a diet. So I do intermittent fasting, so
Yeah.
16 hours. But I always time it so it's when I'm sleeping anyway. So
I've heard a lot of good things about that.
yeah, no, because one of my friends is she's a nutritionist, and she taught me all about that when I was first getting into powerlifting. And I think how it works is, I might be wrong. It's been a while since she told me. It's 10 to 12 hours burns fat in your liver,
All right.
and then 12 to 16 burns the fat in your body.
Yeah.
Don't go past 16 because obviously that starts to burn the muscle in your body.
Yeah.
Obviously, if you're doing powerlifting or even just trying to stay in like looking shredded, you don't want to burn the muscle.
Yeah.
Obviously.
I think the muscle is the key important.
Muscle is the
like when
muscle
you're
is
in a
important.
deficit, make sure you get enough protein as well.
Yeah, you do it your weight in pounds, and that's the amount of grams.
Yeah. Like for a lot of my clients, I'm saying like hit like between like one of them I'm saying hit between 180 and 200 grams at the moment when he's playing football as well, because it's quite like tough on the muscles.
Quite tough on the muscles. Yeah.
So like on his match days as well, he finds it hard to eat a lot. So I got to like create higher calorie recipes.
Yeah.
Even though he's in a deficit,
Yeah.
he still like finds it hard to eat on like match days because he's obviously playing for like two hours, including warm up and stuff like that. So yeah.
Yeah. Do you have any clients that? Because I know some of my mates who've done kind of semi-pro, they don't always like eating before a big game, for example.
Yeah.
Because just like, nerves and their stomachs.
Yeah.
Do you have anyone that is like that, and is there any way to combat that, really?
I didn't really have... I don't really have any clients like that at the moment. But like I've had a few who found it really hard to like eat throughout the week, like trying to get in the calories. Because I was like, they were skinnier and we're trying to put muscle on them. Because obviously they need to compete in size in football, men's football and stuff like that. So I think just creating those higher calorie meals for them. But I mean, at the end of the day, if it's a routine people like where they don't eat because they feel it makes them more comfortable, I mean...
Is it worth really changing it? Yeah.
But,
No, I do.
But I mean, at the same time, having carbohydrates for the game is very important. So I think trying to get something in your system, but as well making sure after the game you're eating properly.
Yeah, exactly.
Getting good foods in, protein.
Not just
carbs.
a takeaway.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of people do.
A lot of people do, yeah. They're tired after a football game. They go home, what's Uber Eats say?
Yeah, but at the same time, it's just the muscle recovery. Like I was speaking to my mate yesterday after I had a game yesterday, just in-house game, and he's like, "Do you ever get tired of it?" Like I went straight to the sword, and he's like, "Do you ever get tired of it?" I was like, "Nah, like I love it."
Yeah, if you've got a passion, then
he's like, "You ever gonna smoke, drink?" I was like, "No."
Oh, fair. Yeah, that's proper discipline. To be fair, yeah, that's good. Not sure I'm quite of that discipline when it comes to drinking. Anyway, I don't smoke. But in terms of your experiences, what would you say the biggest challenges for an up and coming aiming for pro footballer are?
That's a tough one.
Yeah. Gotta put that on you there.
Yeah. I think it's different for everyone, I guess. For me, it was firstly losing that weight.
Yes.
To then push on. I've always had the technical ability. Like I feel like I've always had that. Like I can ping a ball out, pass it, cross the ball well. I think the physical attributes for me was stuff I needed to work on, but I think a lot of people can be the other way around. Like physically, they're amazing.
Top, yeah.
Like they're quick, they're fast, like powerful, but at the same time, their technical ability, like knowing when to play the ball, knowing when to keep it, and then those decision making key moments. I think it can be it is very beneficial watching a lot of football as well.
Yeah.
So like watching top players like Haaland,
De
Bruyne.
What a player.
Like
What players.
Yeah. They're the two best players probably in the world at the moment.
Yeah.
So I think like watching those as well, it just gives you that kind of information to do. Watching your own games back from previous like years, and then watching them now as well, see the progress you've made, but also what you can do now to then progress. So I think there's lots of different things you can do to overcome whatever you're struggling with.
Yeah.
But it's just determining what you're kind of struggling with at that moment, because everyone has different weaknesses.
Before I ask you who you support, and we'll talk about normal football stuff in a sec. Just to finish off on nutrition, firstly, obviously you said you like cooking.
Yeah.
What are your favourite things to cook? Because obviously you asked me. Back to you.
So, I love, like, for me personally, I love going out to eat Japanese, like
Japanese sushi?
like sushi.
Oh, I love sushi.
Sushi here is horrible. Though. I can't like.
I've never had it anywhere
I
else.
don't like it. Unless you're like expensive, like going out to buy expensive food.
What's kokoro? Is that good? Would you say kokoro? Have you been to kokoro?
I don't think I've tried that.
It's quite an expensive sushi.
No, I haven't tried that.
It's
But
nice.
like,
I'd recommend it.
yeah, no. So like, if you go to like a nice restaurant and you
Yeah.
get sushi, it's all right.
Yeah.
But if you go into like sushi train and stuff like that,
Oh no, yeah.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
but in Australia, like you buy it, it's like £1.50. You get like 6 rolls, and
$1.50. It's
yeah.
like $6.50 here.
yeah, 6 rolls, and it's like insane. Like it's as good as top restaurants.
Oh bloody hell.
But yeah, so like sushi and like Japanese food, like rice bowls, stuff like that. I love eating out. At home, again, probably like, I don't know, probably just something simple, easy, like chicken stir fry, like
Stir
noodles,
fry's good, yeah.
teriyaki chicken, yeah, like
Lots of chicken.
What?
Lots of chicken.
yeah. And then yeah, like it's pretty simple. Like there's these ribs as well. Like if after a game and I want to have something like cheap, like ribs from like Sainsbury's or whatever.
Oh yeah, well like the big one that comes in the box. Yeah, I know
they're
exactly.
nice. They're nice. But oats porridge, like in the morning, love. Like I love. You can do like baked oats, microwave oats, stovetop oats, like loads of different types, with like fruits on, and then yeah, I think it's pretty simple, easy, healthy meals.
Nice. Yeah, I'm always an egg guy in the morning.
Eggs.
I like my eggs, just
Yeah,
for the protein as well.
I do love avocado on toast with eggs.
Oh,
Like
yeah, my girlfriend would like that.
you gotta have honey on it though, like on the avocado.
Oh, yeah?
Makes it taste.
Honey.
Yeah,
Alright, I'll
taste-
suggest that to her.
Taste tempting as well.
And just again on the nutrition, the guy that was supposed to come in to be kind of cover for Tom, who's late. He's going to be in the next podcast, so I'll rinse him in that one. What are the common misconceptions do you find with like healthy eating and nutrition? For example, the big one that I've seen in the past is like putting lemon juice in some water before in the morning, and you're going to burn like 2 times more fat during the day, which is like bollocks, I think anyway.
Yeah.
And just other like, I don't know if you know any other ones. Can you think of any other misconceptions?
I think other misconceptions, like, I think just at the end of the day, I think it's just all these diets, like keto, carnivore.
Well, like with the Liver King, he was promoting raw meats and stuff like that, and he was on 12 grams worth of steroids.
And they're promoting that's going to lose you weight.
Yeah.
When at the end of the day, it's all just about a calorie deficit.
Yeah.
Like it's as simple as it is. I think those diets can help in a way, not with losing weight, but the other health issues.
Yeah.
So like the carnivore might be if you're not getting enough protein, maybe, or it can give you other benefits.
Yeah.
I'm not too sure what they are. I'm not a registered nutritionist. Like,
Yeah.
I would love to maybe go to a nutrition course because I'm
Oh, yeah?
into that. But yeah, I think just it's the big one is like calorie deficit, calorie surplus, and people thinking about like those different little things that they're just not going to work.
Yeah, no, and there's a guy I always see on TikTok he's blonde. I think he's Australian. I think.
Oh,
and he's
like
always
surfer
like,
guy.
not sure. He's not a surfer. He's a PT.
Oh, is it? Oh, James Smith is it or something?
James Smith. Let me just look that up.
He lives in Australia, I think, but he's English.
Yes, James Smith. Yeah. I knew he was in Australia.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's one of the influencers that I think is probably getting it pretty spot on as well.
Yeah.
He always takes the.
He doesn't care.
No, he literally doesn't care, and
care.
he'll go, if I do this extra like 5,000 steps in a day, I'm going to lose weight. It's like, we're just going to calorie deficit. It's like stuff like that is so spot on.
I mean, at the end of the day, though, if people are keeping their calories the same and then they're doing 5,000 more steps,
that will still you will lose weight, but
so it's whether they want to increase their exercise or keep it the same and then go decrease the amount of food they're eating.
Yeah, for sure. But who do you support?
So I support Liverpool.
Is there a particular reason for that?
I mean, my dad was like, he grew up there. When he was younger. So
Has he got a Scouse accent?
no, he doesn't. So
Like-
then he moved to like, I think it was like Bedford.
Okay.
So he
He lost that.
Yeah, he's got that accent. And his like family's all from there anyway.
Okay.
So yeah, I support Liverpool. I've been supporting those ever since I was young.
Okay.
So,
Yeah. How do you think your season's gone so far?
not the best.
Ups and downs.
It's getting better.
Yeah.
It was getting better towards the end of the season.
Mm.
So last like four games, they've been alright.
Yeah. I mean, you have a big result against United this season as well.
Yeah.
7-0. That's always nice, isn't it?
Yeah, that is good. Like if any United fans start like piping up, then
Yeah,
let's
it's just
stick that one in
7-0.
there. But yeah, I mean, I don't think we should have ever sold Mane, to be honest.
No, I think he's. There's a thing on I've seen on it online. Was Mane more important for Liverpool than Salah?
I mean, if you look at Salah at Chelsea though,
Yeah,
like he wasn't really doing.
wasn't doing much
But then he's gone to Liverpool and he's like doing.
bits.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
But yeah, I don't know if you compare them. I think they're two different kind of players.
Yeah.
Really. I think they both really help the team.
yeah, they work well together.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
Obviously you're doing better than Chelsea this season, which is my team. Which do you want? You can rinse me about them if you want.
I mean, I'm not going to say anything because we were doing
Yeah.
pretty bad, to be fair. So.
But you might be getting top 4 now. Do you think you're gonna make it?
I don't know. They've
Maybe?
been up and down. It's been up and down. So
Yeah.
I don't know. Who's top 4 at the moment?
I'll get out now.
City first.
So City
Arsenal.
first, 82 points. Arsenal 81 points, but City have a game in hand as well.
Yeah.
So it's really
Yeah, Arsenal
ain't winning it.
Yeah.
Newcastle are in third with 65 points.
Yeah.
United in fourth with 63, and then you're in fifth with 62. But United have a game in hand.
Yeah, but they could bottle it as well.
They could bottle it like Tottenham are.
Yeah, Tottenham.
Yeah.
Tottenham, yeah.
The last 5 games is win, lose, draw, lose, lose. And then Chelsea's
Chelsea.
Chelsea's is win, lose, 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 lose. Oh god, we're so bad. We're in 11th behind with the lowest. Oh no, Palace are below us now. That was nice. There was one point we were the lowest London club in the table, which is considering there's Palace, Fulham, Brentford, Spurs, Arsenal. We were the 6th. That's not great from us considering.
Yeah, Arsenal have done well this season.
Arsenal have done very well, and I don't like Arsenal, but that's more the club than the players, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because just when I was growing up, I bloody hated Arsenal, and I'm not gonna lie, me and my family were very much, please Man City, can you win the league this season?
To be fair, no, I'd rather Arsenal win it. But
You're a
the
Liverpool
same
fan,
way,
so it's
Man
slightly
City are
different.
playing like
They're phenomenal.
Yeah.
I mean, they're
they're the best team in the world.
the best thing. They should beat Real Madrid.
Yeah.
Did you watch the first leg?
No, I had a game the next day, so I was in bed. To be honest.
In bed early, nice.
Yeah.
But
I watched the highlights of it, but it was an okay game, wasn't it?
it was just more the you could tell the quality of the two teams.
Oh
like,
yeah, the two of them.
yeah. Like even if it was like a phenomenal attack from one team, the other team just defended like just equally as good.
Yeah.
It was just two very, very good teams.
Battle of Rudiger and Haaland. Though.
That was brilliant.
I watched it after, but
Yeah, that was brilliant. Like he was literally marked Haaland out of the game.
I know.
Like Haaland had 2 chances, I think, early on, and then just disappeared.
Yeah.
Which is, but Haaland does kind of drift in and out of games because he doesn't need to be on the whole time. He just needs to be
runs
there.
in line on ball.
Yeah, he just needs to be there for one
He's
chance.
insane though. Him. I've not seen a better player than him.
On track to, if he stays in the Premier League, on track to be the best Premier League striker if he just keeps his record up.
Definitely.
Like that's he's broken almost
Surely
every
gets a
record.
Ballon d'Or easy.
See, I saw somewhere that people were saying he doesn't deserve to win the Ballon d'Or, which doesn't make sense. How can you score that many goals?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like the amount of goals he scored this season, like stuff he's done.
Yeah, I mean, he could still beat. Well, how, was it Messi got like 90 in a year?
Yeah, but still,
I don't think he'll be able to
no
beat
one's
that.
done it this season.
No,
No
I
one's
mean,
done it this
well,
season.
he's broken the 38 game record,
Yeah,
which is already impressive in your first ever season of the Premier League. And then, so yeah, he's beaten Shearer's record. I think he's on track. If he scores like 3 or 4 more goals, he will beat the 40. I think there used to be 40 games in a season, so he'll beat that.
he's just breaking every record.
He's just breaking every record, yeah. And I mean, his goals as well in the Champions League it's insane. I think he's. I need to look this up. Sorry, Haaland's Champions League record. It's he's broken Ronaldo's record. It was 35 goals in 28 games.
People said it was because he was playing over in Dortmund as well.
He's done it here.
He's done it here.
It's ridiculous. Yeah. A debate we've had on the podcast before: Haaland or Mbappe? Haaland.
Yeah.
Just easy.
Yeah. Technically, Mbappe probably.
Yeah.
But yeah, Haaland, like just his power, like getting behind.
Yeah.
Like Haaland.
Fair enough.
Yeah. What? Who you Messi or Ronaldo?
Messi.
Messi. Yeah.
You?
Ronaldo.
Oh, surprising for a Liverpool fan to say that.
Yeah, but I just like his see his work ethic.
Yeah.
I mean, like obviously Messi's doing it, but you wouldn't. I don't reckon he's in the gym as much as him.
No, yeah, obviously Ronaldo's work ethic, but if you're talking about like the kind of born to play football, it is Lionel Messi.
Yeah, technically, probably. So Ronaldo's had to work harder, hasn't he?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
That doesn't. I'm not saying that he hasn't worked his arse off to get there.
Yeah.
But if you're gonna go best footballer, like out and out footballer, in my opinion, I think now most people's opinions it would be.
What? Because Messi's at PSG at the moment.
No, because he won the World Cup.
Yeah, but
which now just kind of like that kind of. I think in a lot of people's minds just goes, that's it, that's him.
But look at the players you had around him as well, though.
I mean, look at the players Ronaldo's around him.
Yeah, but
I mean, no, yeah, Ronaldo's scoring record's amazing, especially at Madrid. But I mean, realistically, that team was built around him for quite a few seasons. I mean, Barcelona was built around Messi. Let's be real. But yeah, I think Messi's now equaled Ronaldo's scoring record, if I'm not mistaken. Club record. I can't remember the details.
But the debate will probably go on forever.
Oh, it will go
like
on,
the Michael Jordan, LeBron one.
Yeah.
Like,
and with the difference between the Michael Jordan and LeBron one is obviously they're technically two different generations. Yeah. So actually, people from Michael Jordan's generation will say Michael Jordan, and people from LeBron's generation will say LeBron.
Yeah, I'd like to say Michael Jordan, but like LeBron's done. Like,
he's just done amazing. Yeah. Did you see the TikTok of every one of his shots?
Yeah.
It's insane. But the difference between Ronaldo and Messi is actually they are the same generation, which I think in most sports it's unheard of to have two players who are that good. Yeah. Like they're both the top two of all time.
Yeah, I think like you got LeBron and Kobe as well. Like but still,
no one's ever going to say that Kobe's better than LeBron or Michael Jordan, though, are they?
Yeah, true.
It's tough for I think for Kobe because obviously he's changed basketball with his 3-pointers and stuff like that. But I mean, when it comes to influencing a sport and being the best in a sport, I'm not sure there's many that can say Messi and Ronaldo aren't just on another level, really. Because I mean, you've had your Pelés, your Maradonas,
but again,
even George Best as well.
Different year, isn't it?
Yeah, different eras, and but that makes it hard as well to say who would have been better. Because if you think about the pitches that Pelé and Maradona were playing on, right, absolute mud baths, yet they were still doing all the tricks, the skills.
Yeah, but the physical ability as well, like years on now.
Yeah, it's just like all the nutrition sorted, all the fitness is sorted. It's a completely different world now, and obviously I'm sure you're aware of it with your experiences.
Yeah,
I'll finish off with kind of what the future holds for you. So I want to know kind of what goals you have coming up, any exciting things to come and
In
stuff
regards
like
to football, or
just in general, yeah, just in general. Well, both really.
So, in regards to like coaching kind of side of it, I'm going to be doing like an 8-week course on Join Elevate. It's going to be only like 20 people like for the course, and pretty much that course, as I've mentioned, just about people's mindset, setting them like having how they can make a better routine, stay more productive, be more disciplined, all those kind of things. There's also nutrition, sleep tips in there as well. So that's kind of the coaching side of it. Football side, the next year, I want to like be going into this pre-season like best I've ever been, like fittest I've ever been, technically the best I've ever been, so that I can push on like the next year, push through the first team, and then hopefully sign a pro, and then like social media side. Just I don't know, just keep growing.
Yeah.
Like do a few brand deals. Like I'm doing it for like Applied Nutrition.
You can shout them out if you want.
Code the pressure down. But yeah, like I used those back when I was living in Plymouth trying to lose weight, and I was paying for the product. And, like religiously, I love the product. It's sports informed, which is where like it's been drug tested, stuff like that. So I was like, I love the product personally myself, and for them to now be giving me the product and allowing me to promote it to help other people. Yeah, so like to be using them for 4 years before getting like for now giving me the product and stuff like that. It's quite it's like cool in a way.
Yeah.
Because I love the products anyway, and I think people can hopefully understand that when they're watching me. But yeah, it's pretty much everything for me.
Nice. All right. Would you like to shout anything out?
Just follow me on all socials, The Professional Diary.
Nice.
And then join.elevate, which is our coaching one as well.
Nice. Well, thank you very much, guys, for watching. Do make sure to like the video if you enjoyed it, if you're watching on YouTube. If you're on Spotify, do leave us a rating. That massively helps us out. And yeah, thank you for coming on. It was an absolute pleasure. And I'll see you guys on the next podcast. Cheers.